All of these Game Boy models absolutely suck, except for one in particular. From the original Nintendo Game Boy, to the Game Boy Pocket and the Game Boy Color, to even the Game Boy Advance, I feel like Nintendo really did their best on the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. And this totally cannot be just a biased opinion from my childhood as well. My biggest issue, although it might be a little silly when it comes to the older generations of Game Boys, will always come from the screens never being backlit. Call me a new gen, but I feel like Nintendo putting a backlit screen on the Game Boy Advance SP was probably the best decision that they could have ever made. Although the form factor of this handheld can be a bit disappointing as you kind of like have to cramp your hands together in order to play, being able to see the screen in any sort of lighting is something I'd absolutely be willing to trade over, you know, the form factor of this thing. Think about how much better it would have been if Nintendo put a backlit screen on the original Game Boy Advance. I know this is a little bit of a silly argument as, you know, the older generations of Game Boys they're not gonna have the backlit screens on them. But truly, I feel like the best way to play Game Boy games is actually through a modded Game Boy Advance. Ooh. What do you guys think about the Game Boy Advance SP? Do you like it? Let me know.